What's going on, guys? Super glad to have you back onto the channel. Thanks so much for all the support you give us, even though we run a full-time business and just, we can't always be consistent on the uploading and all that. And that's why I'm here right now. I want to let you guys know it is getting winter time, and down this way out west is getting cold out west. So all of our customers that we haul, like everything we took to California, everything we took out to Montana, to Missouri, to everywhere where it's getting cold, even Michigan, New York. I got some stuff coming out of New Jersey next week. Like, we've got a lot of boats to move back to Florida where it's going to be warm, at least warm enough to use their boats. So right now I am in Whiskey Bent and just picked up a 420 Boston Whaler. This is a boat we brought up. I think we brought this thing up in March or April. May even been May, but my dad brought this. I'm pretty sure my dad's the one that brought this boat up here, because this big old crazy steep hill right here, like, it got really sketchy really quick. But that will be coming in a future video, just letting you guys know where I'm at, what I'm doing, why I've not been uploading last week like I usually do. We like to upload a video every 2 to 3 days, and we've been kind of slacking right now just because we're working. Everybody's on deck. I got Travis in Florida right now. Everybody is running everywhere like crazy. So we got some really good content coming though, with the new trailer, the single axle cab over. You guys are finally going to get to see it go on a trip. The marine truck, the interior, we told you guys that we were having it done at the Day Cab Company, or everybody recommended. It should be coming to a close soon. Once the interior's in that thing, then we'll be putting her on the road. Same thing with the marine truck. John Story has reached out to us. He's helping us out with a motor on that thing. So a lot of things are happening for the YouTube channel. We're getting a lot of sponsorship offers, and I'm actually thinking about taking some on. It's just a lot of, you're obligated when you do that. So I don't want to tell these guys, yeah, I'll do something for you, and I'm not being able to. So right now I can't do that, but I'm not saying we ain't going to be able to do soon. So anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys get to today's video. We had a lot of breakdowns last week, a lot of motor issues, just all kinds of stuff going on. When you're working hard, you got stuff breaking. If you ain't got stuff breaking, you ain't making no money and you ain't working hard. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. As always, go to GentryandSonsTrucking.com and get your t-shirts. And we got hoodies coming out soon. My wife is full blast on the merch side, so be looking out for that. And always, guys, thank you. We are right in the middle, test driving this old freight shaker with a crooked steering wheel. Oh boy. So guys, I built this motor myself outside in the darn, literally right in the middle of winter, in the snow, rain, sleet. Like, it was a mess. Complete rebuild. Had to cut the cylinders and everything. So it's probably got, we ran it 3 years since then. I mean, pretty hard. So I'm gonna say it's probably got 500,000-600,000 miles on it. Since the rebuild, well, we just started having an issue with it. We just had to replace an injector, and we had a major oil leak come up on this last trip. The driver made it to about 60 miles from here, and started having an oil leak. Man, this thing has got the power though. Watch this. That turbo comes on right there. It don't come on until like 1900, 1800. I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm thinking Dad's probably been doing some tuning in the ECM on this thing, and it's working against itself. So the way I have it set up, the way he sets them up, it kind of works against each other. So I'm going to have to go back in there and see what he's done. But I know he has, because it was governed at 70, and I tricked the ECM with the throttle, and now to run wide open. So I'm going to go in there and work on that. Tune a little bit. See, we had a major oil leak. We thought it was coming out of the blow-by tube. So we brought it back home and canceled the load. Had to send it with another truck. And well, I don't think it's blow by. I think it's an oil filter leaking out the side of the seal. So we changed the oil filter, changed the oil in it, and pulled the valve cover off and checked all that stuff. And I just put a pretty hard test drive on it. I mean, it stayed. I turned the crap out of it. I had the RPMs up there about 2,100, 2,200, 90% of the trip. So if it's leaking oil, we'll know it here in a minute. We're gonna pull it over here and open the hood and check it out. We've got a lot of work going on here at the shop. We got engine swaps going on. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. I don't see it leaking nowhere. I see a drip, but I think it was oil. Yeah. Where's them drips coming from? It ain't got no blow by. Look, the blow by tube ain't even. I mean, that's pretty good for over 600,000 miles on it. And maybe that. I was thinking it was an oil filter because that oil filter was covered with oil. I said, all right, let's change these filters and try it out. And there it is, they're clean. That reference line's got to have a hole in it somewhere. Yeah. Now you hear it going, beep! Governor. So what I was going to do is block that off and run the fresh air tube like I did my ball over there. And it's just got fresh air. There's no vacuum on it. I believe that will stop. I believe it's making loose right there. It's losing somewhere, but it wasn't losing. It's losing the boost somewhere. See if she'll set. Hey, do this right here. I'm going to clean it over there, okay? I'm going to clean it. I'm double cleaning. I want you to hook to that trailer right there. Go down the bottom of 68 hill and boost it all the way to the top of the hill. And then if it leaks in, then it's the boost building up blow by in that engine and blowing it out. You can't get a lot of boost when you're bobtailed. You can at 90 mile an hour? No, you can't. Not like pulling a trailer. Well, go do that, and then I'll just look at that. Dad's gonna clean it. We're gonna go hook a trailer to it. Gotta fix that quarter fender. It's on its last leg. And then here we have a 2003 Freightliner Classic with a 14-liter Detroit. This is a 600 horse 14-liter. Oh, this one's the 515. So I'm putting a 600 horse 14-liter back in it though. This thing, the rear structure's loose on it. We were just going to fix it. The motor's got 1.5 million miles on it though, and the rear structure, somebody had put a rear seal in it, and I guess tried to seal the rear structure up. And when they put it back together, they either locked out the bolts or didn't tighten them because they're loose. So there's no point in not putting a motor in it when we have one here. Can put it in there and get it back on the road. So that's what we got going on here. Dad, how'd that turbo look? Is it shot?
No, turbo's tight. It's clean. There ain't nothing wrong with that turbo.
Okay.
I ain't fine.
And we also have no compression on the number 6 cylinder, which can also be from valves being too tight. But either way, the motor's got 1.5 on it. We're going to pull it out and replace it and clean it up. Take that crap off of it. But that's the deal on this truck, guys. Check that out. Air ride front suspension on the Classic. You know, this thing's got to be a Cadillac. Oh, yeah. This is a customer's truck. This is not one of ours. We went and pulled it in from Mississippi. It was broke down in Mississippi. So we went out there and picked it up, brought it back here, and now we are going to put a motor in it.
Find it.
Yes, it is pretty tight. It feels good. Well, the turbo wasn't the issue. Unless it was just coming out the... I did. It should be more wet than that, though. So we're thinking maybe it's got could have a hole in the piston. Who knows? Either way, I don't really care. I'm going to take the thing out and replace it. And we got the head off of the International. The old 13-liter shit spreader. That is the head off of it. We've got to take it down. It does have a burnt valve. So we're going to take it down to the machine shop, have new valves put in it, new guides, just completely have it reworked, new injector cups, the whole 9 yards, and then stick her back on. The top end of it looked really good and tight. Good, I mean, you can still see the cross hones in the cylinders like through, you know, I mean, it ain't even wore down none really on that deal. And then we've got the old dump truck here. We've got it ripped apart. We had some pump bearings really bad in it. The cam was eat up a little bit. And the bottom end was, it needed some bearings. So we're putting main bearings, rod bearings. We're also going to put cam gear, oil pump, injection pump, all that stuff. I've got one up at the house that's already brand new. Probably going to slap a cam in it and try to get it back on the road. We've got a lot going on. Then on here over on the International side, I don't know if you guys remember when we done this turbo swap. I took this thing from an A-Cert twin turbo to a single turbo. This has been, like, once I put that kit on here, it's been maintenance free. Don't touch the truck and just drive it. Had no more issues over here. No leaks, no coolant loss, no problems at all. Knock on wood. We did blow a boot one time, but that was it. So that kit from PDI really worked good. There's a PDI turbo. You can go back in our videos from a few months ago and see where I done this swap. It is in today for some kingpins and wheel bearings and seals and all that stuff. Just maintenance. Seems like we're doing a lot of maintenance lately.
Yeah, things running hard.
I know, but daggone.
These, this about never had the kingpins put in since we've had it.
I know, one of these Internationals I put an axle under. I don't know if it was this one.
This one, it was that white one. It was the white one.
Okay, yeah, so it does have a new axle under it. What are you doing? Getting greasy? Cleaning up?
Yeah, I'm cleaning.
Get the kingpins in tomorrow and then we get it lined and put some tires on it. I need you to order 2 tires for it.
Okie dokie.
It's got to have tires. Them are shot.
Might as well get the back ones.
We worry about the back.
The tires are what's hard to get right now.
Steer tires we need. We actually need 4 steer tires.
I need to just go ahead and stock up on them, but they're so expensive right now, it's horrid.
This one got to have steers.
Yeah, it's about ready.
And that International's got to have steers. Everything else is good.
I got to get some tires for the single axle cab over too.
You just need drives.
I know, but I got to get
It's got
some.
2 new steers on it. I'm going to clean this up so you don't run the heck out of it.
Clean her up, I'll go run the heck out of her. Yeah, I do see that oil leaking.
Just promise me you won't blow it up.
I can't promise that. No, don't say that. I built this motor. It's supposed to go a million miles.
What motor?
That red truck. That was one of the, well, no, I built a couple of Detroits since then, but that was my baby. I built the heck out of that motor.
Woo-wee.
All right, you about to get her?
Yeah, I should have never changed this side. I should have left it. But we're already into it. It's going. I'm staying off thread. It's going.
You get tired of messing with it, let me know. I'll go get an axle.
All right, Timmy Gentry.
What?
Don't be videoing me.
You in your COVID mask?
Yeah.
Look at this COVID mask, guys. All right, guys, so it's the next day. And after all the craziness yesterday, Dad about burnt the truck down, all that stuff, I figured I'd let them work their butts off for a little while and then surprise them with a new front axle.
Yeah, you surprised me this morning. After I worked all day to get the kingpins and everything.
This one good and tight?
I need these U-boats.
We need U-boats.
Sounds like a...
Check it on that there.
I should have some.
Here we go.
Come on up. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Now let her back down.
All right, with fingers.
And we're gonna finish this all up. Pop these off.
Gotta go on in.
What do you mean?
You gotta go on in.
Come on up.
Oh, dang, you did take this thing completely apart, huh? So here's the old axle, guys, with the, you can see they've got everything pulled apart on it, the kingpins, all the whole 9 yards. But you can go literally buy a whole front axle out of a newer truck, and you can see they're clean. Use their real low mileage, no slack in them. It comes complete, everything, all of it, the whole 9 yards, drums and all, for $1,000. So, I mean, you're gonna spend $800 easy buying the parts and stuff to do the kingpins, and when you get in there, you gotta do wheel bearings, wheel seals, the whole 9 yards if you do it right. So the best way to do this job for me is to replace the whole front axle, and I mean, that's just the way to do it. I've done it on all of our trucks. I mean, you can tell it is a job to put them kingpins in, and if you don't get them right, if you don't get them completely straight, you know, get the slack in between them like they're supposed to have, they're just a nightmare to drive. So put a front axle in it, lasts 3 or 4 or 5 years, and definitely beats putting a set of kingpins in, don't it? Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I had it already. But we can get this one ready for the next one.
Right.
And then we can just slap it back on there.
I see there's that place down in Chattanooga for $800. You take it down there, they'll do the kingpins for $1,300. They'll do it all. They'll completely freshen the whole front axle up. They'll put the hubs back on it, new
Brakes and all.
new everything. You pick it up, you got a complete new manufactured front end.
There you go. And I'll just come back and slap it down there.
Yep.
If you ever need
But I need some U-bolts. I don't think you have any.
Yeah, we need U-boats bad.
But they're good now. I can get all this done. All I do is slap the U-bolts in it and tighten it up.
Okay.
Get this done today. And I'll get the drop axle, a drop deck. Brakes adjusted on it. Make sure the hub is full of oil because we just put them brakes on it yesterday.
Well, I'm gonna take whiskey bent, so.
Are you taking it?
Yep. I'm gonna take
I will
it
get the
in.
cab over down here, put the turbo on it, double check the radiator, get it ready for you to travel next week with your Shimsy trailer.
Okay. Hear that, guys? We're gonna take the single axle cab over to California, so pray for us.
Hopefully it'll make it out there.
Oh, it'll make it. We'll take enough stuff to where
it'll be
it.
fine and everything. It's just the radiator and stuff don't blow out. Because that's the original radiator.
I think we'll be all right.
It ain't leaked yet, and we've been running around everywhere.
Anyways, so I'm gonna go hook up this red Freightliner and go test this thing out, and then
The heck out of it. I need to know if it's gonna leak in yours.
Okay. Now we got to get this thing yanked out.
Hey.
So Dad thinks we need to take this thing, hook a load to it so we can run it good and hard. I think burns too clean to have internal issues. It runs too good and too clean. It's no, I just can't. I just don't feel like it can have internal issues. I really don't. Oh boy. Oh, I forgot. I gotta get that new mirror put on. I've got one for it. It hasn't been put on yet for some reason. Oh, that's a nice place to park the trailer, guys. Right in the road. I mean, that's a great place to park a trailer. Here we go. Something's not right with that boost, but we can figure that out when we get back and hopefully get it straightened out, because that's just not, it's not gonna pull like that. Not going out west, done with them big old heels. Notorious big Sweetwater heel. We're getting ready to hammer it out. Let's see if this thing's got the power to pull it up. Right now it's like it boosts good in higher gears, but this right now, see, the turbo just now started to come on. Maybe it's got a boost leak. I doubt it. I really think it's an ECM. Comes on, she comes on. That's it, run the crap out of it. Let's see if it'll do it. That hill's probably a 10% grade easily. This is a nightmare right here. I don't smell no oil. problem. See that baby right there is leaking. That is the turbo return line. So that line comes off the bottom of the turbo, runs down. Because this motor usually stays really clean. Don't ever leak nothing. No coolant, no oil. And you can see it's all, which we've cleaned it. It's pulling it up here, blowing it up on the motor. Back there, running back, getting on the boats. And our cargo. So that little oil leak right there, and that's all it's dripping right there. But it don't look like a lot. But when it's spread out over a white boat or a motor like this, it's, you know, it shows up as a lot. And that's the only place I can find is right there on that turbo return line. So we're gonna take it loose, see what we can do with it, see if we can fix it, and hopefully get this baby rolling. Well, I found the oil leak. So this line, it ain't probably 6 months old. We were actually coming through Kentucky one night and the old one blew out. I don't like this style because it goes straight down and these things are real flimsy. I like the solid line that goes from the turbo back to the oil cooler on the back side of the oil cooler. But I don't think I have one here to replace it with like that. But this is the problem with these things, is that, you know, there's that vibration and stuff. It'll start leaking right in here. And that's where your oil will come from, because it's like a compression fitting. So we're gonna go over here, we're gonna TIG weld it back together, or just put a nice little TIG around it, TIG bead, and then put it back on. She should be good to go for a while.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. I don't know, it looks awful gunky. Is that where it's leaking?
Yeah.
Dude, I would have thrown a permatex that much.
Oh, ain't helping. Got oil on it?
Yeah. This town, what that was good. Too much shade. Got too much heat?
No.
I'm gonna start doing some practice with that.
Oh yeah, I love this. All right, so this is when I thought that I could TIG weld, because the other day I thought I was doing pretty good at it. That line's no longer any good at all. That's what we couldn't use.
Hey, we
it.
had a bet. I bet you have to go get a new tube.
But Roman's here now, and we've been practicing. He's been showing me how to. I've got the understanding of it way better now than from what I did.
You got it pretty close, sir.
Chef, look. I was just over here trying to build puddles and like I don't even know what the heck I was doing. I definitely wasn't doing it right. Guys, we're gonna welcome Roman to the channel. He's pretty much gonna be here full time now. Let me show you guys what we got going on back here. That's them. So we're getting ready to pretty much go. We're getting the racing fleet together instead of just showing up with one car. Now we're going to go start having fun. So we got a full. This is for the Supra. Everything for the Supra. We got lifters. everything. We got the cam, all the we got head studs, timing chain, water pump, all the trunnion kit, valve springs, lifters, push rods, the whole 9 yards. This is all going on the Supra, which Roman's going to put a cage in the Supra. He's really, man, he does some good work when it comes to cage work, race car, chassis. So we're going to do the Mustang, we're going to do the Supra, and the car that we're going to bring on the channel for Roman's kind of going to be a little bit of a surprise. We're not going to bring it out yet. We're going to make sure the car is legit 100% done before we start bringing it out, but it'll be pretty quick. I can't be on the street anymore with my license and all that stuff, and so we're wanting to get us a couple burnout cars, a couple sleepers, stuff like that, and just have some fun. And now that we've got somebody here that can weld all the time, that can fabricate, like, he just takes things to the next. It's like taking your car to a big chassis shop. He does that kind of work. So so everybody welcome Roman to the channel. Let him know in the comments how welcome he is. And guys, we're gonna go over here and see if we can't find another line for this Freightliner. All right, so what I'm gonna do, since I messed that line up, I'd already ordered one from Freightliner. I kind of figured we're gonna need to replace it anyway. So once they're leaking, they're leaking. What we're gonna do is pull the cab over there, because it's getting a new turbo. This thing, I'm planning on taking it to Washington next week. Or not Washington, yeah, Washington. Kent, Washington. I've got a load sitting down there going to Kent. And this is the truck I'm planning on taking. I've got a yacht haul this week, and then I'm going to Washington in this truck. So I'm leaving this here with Dad. We're gonna take this line off, put it on the Freightliner, so it can go out in the morning. And then we're gonna put a new line, new turbo. I got that new turbo for it. New charge pipe. And he's gonna just finish this thing up this week, which Devin will probably get some videos of that. And when I get back home, I'm planning on taking this thing to Washington. So I'm pretty excited about that. It will be going with the new aluminum can trailer, as I call it. So pretty excited about that. We're gonna fire this thing up, get it over to the shop, and get working on it. Oh, she's a little cold collared. Comes the oil pressure. Charging. We gotta fix the speedometer. Gotta do a little work on the shifter. This button ain't working, that's loose. Gotta put the new switch in it, get that bolted back in. We had an air leak behind the dash. We've got it fixed. Just a few little things, really. I mean, nothing major. It's all little stuff that's gotta be done now. And I really feel like it's gonna be a pretty easy trip to take it to Washington. I feel like we're gonna make it all right. RPM quit working. That was working just fine before, so we gotta straighten that up. I do have to break it to you guys. I did sell the red Dodge, the 2500 little race truck I built my wife. I did sell that truck. It's got to go when I go out to Washington. It'll probably be on the either I'm gonna have somebody follow me out there with it, or I'm gonna figure. I don't know how I'm gonna get it out there yet, but I've got to take it to North Dakota, and I've got a boat that goes out there. So if this thing does good going to Washington, I'm gonna shoot right back, grab the red Dodge, and take it out there. The truck's only got 160,000 miles on it, so I don't really want to drive it all the way out there and put a bunch of miles on it. It is up to the owner though how that happens, but more likely we'll just haul it. And so we'll do one last video with that truck before it goes. We got a lot of content coming out, guys, but that is going to finish it up for today's video. That pretty much gives you an update on everything, what's going on with all the stuff. And I'm pretty glad that Roman's coming onto the team and going to be helping us. And I mean, it's cooling off. The new shop's going up, so we'll be a nice warm place to work. Things are really coming together. So guys, I really do appreciate y'all watching and being a part of this channel, and we'll just keep growing from here. And once again, guys, thank you, and we'll see you later.